This was Obama's article with quotes. Better is good on reparations, civil rights, and the art of the possible. Let me just read to you another quote from Obama. But I feel pretty confident in that assessment politically. What he's talking about, his middle of the road, blah, 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 blah stuff. And you know, I think that part of my optimism comes from the belief that we as a people could actually, regardless of all the disadvantage of the past, regardless of the fact that a lot of other folks got a head start in the race, if we were able to make the race fair right now, well, don't we know that, family, don't we know that that's not possible? I mean, those of us who have been paying attention. Remember this article? Let me make it a little bit bigger. White college graduates are doing great with their parents' money. Remember that article? You remember that? That article, that's important for one reason. Obama's saying if we could just start from right now and be fair. Yeah, but that's not how economies work. The wealth and the poverty are still in the system. The wealth is still in the system in our economy. The wealth of slavery and that accrued advantage. And the poverty of ADOS and that bottom castness, those are still in the economy. There is no start from now. You either close the racial wealth gap or you don't. Obama either didn't know or he wasn't telling the truth. I don't know which one. Ain't no way for me to know. He says, we were able to make sure that it stayed fair for a long time and that children going forward, he's talking about anti-discrimination law and things like that. And that children going forward were not encumbered by some of that bias of the past. I think it would not take long at all. This is just jibber jabber. Let's put your finger right there. Well, you just talking. I think it would not take long. This is not a fairy tale, sir. I think it would not take long at all because we are talented, resourceful people. See, this is where I want to say something, and I'm gonna come right back to it. Be very wary of people who get your agreement, whether it be your vote or your money for the purchase of an item, by making you feel special. Making you feel like you can do it, you magic. We all special. We got melanin and kinky hair. Like we're magic. We're wonderful people. But anybody who tries to make you feel like what should be done through policy can be done through magic is selling you a bill of goods. Let me say that one more time. Anybody who tries to make you feel like what should be done through policy can be done through magic. I don't care whether it's the magic of we just a resourceful people or the magic of melanin is a superpower or the magic of man. This is manipulation 101. Somebody's either trying to get your vote or pick your wallet, and you get to determine which one. I can't tell you. I can't tell you which one depending on who you're talking to. But somebody either wants you to buy a product or they want to get your vote without doing anything specific for you. One of those two things is happening. So let's just go back through here. Just play this out as a thought experiment. Imagine if you had genuine, high quality early education for childhood and suddenly every black child in America, but also every white child or Latino child, but just, what is he saying? But just stick with every black child in America. What, bro? Is getting a really good education. Well, you see, the problem with that, the problem with what Obama is saying is a little something called, you know, what Antonio and I have talked about, plugs and outlets. And that's what race is in America. So you can have the plug. I went and I got the education and this stuff worked out for me. Woo, I skipped it. Oh, we about to close these outlets off. So even if you have a degree, we ain't got no jobs and all this stuff. People are making it now through inheritance and people are giving money to their kids and stuff. So we don't really have nothing for you. Like, you know, you got the plug. We don't have no outlets. Go drive Uber or Lyft. And I don't want anybody to think I'm down in Uber or Lyft. I don't do poverty shaming. That's not what I do. I know that though, if you went and did what you were supposed to do in terms of what Obama said, in terms of getting the degree and all that stuff, you shouldn't be doing that. And then here we go to the Deval Patrick part. Now here's where we go where they say the same thing. Remember, We put a pin in it. Remember what we said about Deval Patrick? He was talking about how, you know, emotion and all this stuff, and emotional and blah, blah, blah. Now, here's Obama's earlier interview. See if they, because they're friends too. See if this isn't the same thing. Sometimes I wonder how much of these debates have to do with the desire, the legitimate desire for that history to be recognized. Because there is a psychic power to the recognition that is not satisfied with the universal program. It's not satisfied by the Affordable Care Act, or an expansion of the Pell Grants, or an expansion of the Earned Income Tax Credit. It doesn't speak to the hurt and the sense of injustice and the self-doubt that arises out of the fact that we're behind now, and it makes us sometimes feel, here we go with feeling again, catch it, sometimes feel as if there must be something wrong with us, unless you're able to see the history and say, it's amazing we got this far given what we went through. Bravo, Obama, for that acting job. Presidents aren't the presidents of other people's feelings, though. Presidents aren't therapists. And none of this is about that. We're on the bottom economically, not because of that. We're on the bottom because of what was done to us in this country by everybody from white mobs to the government. And that has nothing to do with feelings, Obama or Deval. It's all very interesting. But anybody who tries to make you feel like what should be done through policy can be done through magic is selling you a bill of goods. Let me say that one more time. Anybody who tries to make you feel like what should be done through policy can be done through magic. I don't care whether it's the magic of we just are resourceful people, or the magic of melanin is a superpower, or the magic of man. This is manipulation 101. Somebody's either trying to get your vote or pick your wallet, and you get to determine which one. I can't tell you. I can't tell you which one depending on who you're talking to. But somebody either wants you to buy a product, or they want to get your vote without doing anything specific for you. One of those two things is happening.